Driving a Tesla, driving any EV, really, is an experience. If you've never done it before, the first time is a revelation. I'm lucky enough to be able to say that my first exposure to the inside of an EV was at the Tesla Roadster launch event in 2006. During my first chance behind the wheel of an EV, again in a Roadster, this time a few years later, I couldn't believe how easy it was to just will the car to go where you wanted it to. Instant torque is real, people, and it'll change your life. For a review, the issue is that there's no one way that the Model X drives. Any number of things are controlled by software, so the driver can adjust them and even easily save preferred settings. Other fancy vehicles may let you save your seat and mirror positions, but the X can be taught how you like your adjustable regenerative brake level, standard or low, whether you want the creep function on or off, what the steering mode should be, comfort, standard, or sport, and which acceleration mode to use, sport or ludicrous, among other options. The suspension is adjustable, as well, and you can set it to automatically lower when you go above a preset speed. In other words, you can make the X function the way you want it to, within reason. If you've driven a Model S, then you'll feel right at home in the X. The X is bigger, obviously, and heavier, but from the driver's seat, you could easily forget which one you're in. You sit a bit higher, but the 17-inch touchscreen that controls many of the SUV's functions is just like the one in the S, and the dashboard is also similar. Performance, too, is the same quiet, quick, and powerful experience that any Model S driver is used to. With the Model X, Tesla has made driving feel even more futuristic. The Model S might be able to extend its door handles when you approach, but the X will literally open and close its doors for you. If that's not enough, you can control the falcon wing doors, the frunk, and the trunk from the key fob, shaped, of course, like the Model X. You can also open and close everything, including the front doors, from the touch screen. If you start to shut the doors but want to get going before they're totally closed, the X will start to move, beeping as it goes. The videos I've watched of the Falcon doors opening have been impressive, but to see in person just how short the distance is that they need to open up is tremendously impressive. Even so, I'm not convinced that the extra cost of designing and engineering them, plus the extra weight and the fact that they don't always work, has been worth it. Tesla doesn't need to reinvent every wheel. That said, it is nice to see some useful innovations that I will miss as I go back to other vehicles. While it took some getting used to as I got in and out of the X all day, the amount of work the vehicle does to greet you when you walk up holding the key fob is astonishing. If you approach from the front, the driver's side door will crack open a few inches and then swing all the way out as you walk past. If you approach from the rear, it'll just pop all the way open. Once you sit down and step on the brake, the door closes automatically. There's no on/off switch anywhere, so depressing the brake pedal will get the car ready to go as it seals the cabin. The X automates these everyday things to a degree that you feel like other cars just aren't as invested in your well-being as you get ready to go somewhere. Of course, the X also has Tesla's Summon feature, for an even more enhanced experience just getting into your car. Since the X is an SUV, it's about more than the driving experience. There's a U in there, and the X does offer a lot of utility. You can order it with up to 7 seats, ours had 6, with the middle 2 on special Tesla-designed posts. Hanson's biggest complaint with his X after just over 5,000 miles is that these post seats are overkill. He said a simple 3-seat bench in the middle would give you tons of optional cargo space while still providing plenty of places for people to sit. I sat down in the back seats and they are plenty big and comfortable and easy to get in and out of thanks to the Falcon wing doors, which swoop up from the sides at the touch of a button. Musk wanted the doors for his 5 kids and Hanson said they work well in daily life with his grandson. Hanson also uses a bike rack attached to the rear tow hitch, since roof racks don't play nice with those Falcons. The fact that Tesla is calling its upcoming car the Model 3 should tell you something about the X. The X isn't really the company's third model. It's a modified S that's had a few more years of engineering and company growth behind it. And as such, it's full of hints, good and bad, about the Model 3 and Tesla's future. The X is the latest bridge to get the company from where it started to the next chapter. Yes, it is now obvious that the company can build an astonishing vehicle. The S is mind-blowing and, just as we were all about to recover, the X blew our mind again. But a $100,000 car should be impressive. Pretty soon Tesla is going to have to start making cheap cars for the everyday car shopper. Since the average new vehicle transaction price last year was around $34,000, the Model 3 is coming to market with the right price tag for, potentially, millions of buyers. All of the problems with the X don't mean that it is half-baked. It's more like a rare steak. Some people will be totally happy with a bit of blood when they slice into their hunk of meat. Others will want everything cooked through. They will want a car that's done, in other words. When you're dealing with clientele that can afford to pay over $100,000 for their car, maybe sometimes for their fifth Tesla, you can be pretty sure they'll stay with you through thick and thin. They don't need to wait for the meal to be totally cooked to eat it. They're hungry now,